I'm the voice in your speakers, break it down with no filter. Blue and gold in my veins, Ram gang through the winter. Victory or heartbreak, I don't hide, I let it show. If the pass rush weak, I point it out on the flow. Stafford drop back, I'm analyzing every read. Talk discipline, stats, every play that we need. Celebrate the win, still hold them to the scheme. Cause honesty the standard when you speak for the team. From McVay to the trenches, I discuss it with pride. Call out effort on the field, every tackle, every stride. No cap in these takes, I keep the breakdown bold. Even if it's fourth quarter and the game went cold, I respect every player when they fight for that goal. But you gon' hear the truth every time I'm on the roll. I ride for the horns, never fake for the show. Cause the fans deserve real, that's the only way I go.
Tune in when I run it back, every highlight I expose. Passion in the play call, energy in every post. Win or lose, I keep it real, everybody gonna know. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the service show. Tune in when I run it back, every highlight I expose. Passion in the play call, energy in every post. Win or lose, I keep it real, everybody gonna know. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the service show.
First and 20, Darnold zips one and it's his third interception. Kitchens with his second of the day. Cameron Kitchens back to the 26.
Well, here we go. First of all, big shout out to my boy Breeze. As you can hear, a new introduction song he decided to lace me up with. Very unexpected, but I want to take this time out to thank him. And I appreciate what he did. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Another dominant performance today. What can we say? Another dominant performance. Stafford again over 300 yards. 3 touchdowns again. 2 to Puka Nakuas. Blake Corum had an unbelievable game today. The defense, again, played solid. It's just, again, one of those games, all 3 phases, the Rams showed up. You know, and especially coming back after a loss like we had last week against Carolina. If this Rams team can continue to play this way the rest of the season, in all 3 phases, we could very well be holding up that Lombardi by the end of the season. We could very well be holding up that Lombardi. Unbelievable. And I really think we have a shot. And of course, once we get to the playoffs, anything goes, right? But let me just focus on today. Just when we thought that Arizona was going to give us fits, and I get it, they played extremely well in the first quarter. They held the ball for, oh my God, it just in one particular possession they held the ball for like 8 minutes. It really looked like it was going to be a long day at first, but it wasn't. Sure enough, here come the Rams. Here comes Stafford. Here comes Kyron. Here comes Corum. Here comes Puka. We didn't really they had a few instances where Devontae, made some plays. And I'm convinced that long pass, would have been caught by him if he wasn't held. Obviously, referees did call a penalty on that, But if he catches that, he's off in the end zone for a touchdown, easily walking in. And the defensively, it looked like they're just, again, I can't sit here and lie. What my eye saw is the first quarter and a half, they couldn't do anything with McBride, and they couldn't do anything with Wilson, and they let Jacoby Brissett have over 100 yards within the first 3 possessions that Arizona had. But obviously, you something about Chris Shula and this defense, because just when you think that the opponent has something going in the first half, the second half, a light turns on and adjustments are made by Chris Shula, and this defense looks completely different in the second half. Outside of maybe a couple of games, right? Obviously, the game in Philadelphia, kind of let that go. You know what I mean? Like we let it slip through our hands, and we could have easily won that football game. We already know about what happened with San Francisco, and then last week the defense just the defense allowing the 31 points against Carolina, and of course the 3 turnovers, on the offensive side of the ball didn't help last week either. But Chris Shula found a way. This defense found a way. Just when you thought that Wilson and McBride were going to have a great game, just when you thought Jacoby Brissett was going to have a great game, didn't pan out that way, did it? Not until the reserves came into the football game in the late part of the fourth quarter, because the Rams defense just clamped them down and just held them in check the rest of the game. They had 10 points up until the final 6 minutes, 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. Man, unbelievable game. Stafford again. He's another game with 3 touchdown passes. And clearly has to be the runaway for the MVP award. Has to be the clear runaway. He has to be the clear favorite because, yes, Jonathan Taylor is having a great season. Yes, we have a couple of guys, of course, they're going to have the normal names out there. They're going to have the Patrick Mahomes' names. They're going to have Josh Allen's name thrown out there. Lamar hasn't really done enough this year because of his injury, for his name to be called up there. And then, of course, there a lot of Drake May conversation, right? In the mix for MVP. I don't see a scenario where Stafford doesn't win the MVP award. Just look at the way he's balling. Just look at the way he's got this offense running. Unbelievable football game today. And to put up 45 points today and to make a statement, love to see it. As a Rams fan, just love to see it. Now, we got a big test coming up next week. We got a huge test coming up this week. A team that can run the football, a team that can play defense, a team with some weapons, with Aman-Ra St Brown and Williams. And, of course, our old friend. And for some of you guys, some of you Rams fans, obviously, clearly not a fan of this person. I was always a fan of him, but we're talking about Jared Goff. They come into town. They come into SoFi next week. It's a big game for us. And we can't let that game slip up because now, look, Bears lost today. The Bears lost. That means we're in possession of first place, not only in our division, but in the conference. but Seattle's on our backs. Seattle's right behind us. We have, in order for us to keep that number 1 seed and to make sure that the NFC runs through SoFi, we gotta win. We gotta win next week. We gotta beat Detroit. Now we gotta make a statement. We gotta let it be known. You guys got a 2-headed monster on the outside. We got him too. You got a 2-headed monster in the backfield. We got him too. You guys got a defensive front. We got a defensive front. You got a solid O-line. We have a solid O-line. You guys got Jared Goff. We got Matthew Stafford. So, it's a big game for us next week. Got to make that statement. We got to win. And not to look too far ahead, but you know what? Scratch that. I'm not even going to bring that up. I'll talk about that when the time comes. When the time comes, we'll talk about that game. In the meantime, let's focus on today's win and the Detroit Lions next week. Because here we go. SoFi is going to be rocking. And I want to hear all the Rams fans show up. Let me rephrase that. I want to see all the Rams fans show up. I want to see all the Rams fans make noise. Crowd noise. Make them feel it. Let them know SoFi is now a home field advantage for us. And the days of these teams coming in and taking over SoFi, Rams fans, it's time. It's time. It's time we leave our mark. It's time we show out and we show them what the Rams fans are about. Because it's time. So, to all my Rams fans out there, especially locally, show out. Crowd noise in our favor. To everybody that supports the channel, I thank you for supporting. From the bottom of my heart, in God's grace, I really appreciate you guys. Until next week, before that, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll continue to keep giving you guys content. And I really hope you guys appreciate and like the new show anthem. Again, shout out to my boy Breeze, who produced the record and recorded the record. Follow him at Breeze Beats on Instagram. Until then, horns up. Let's go, Ramily.